Do you see reaching a 5 or even 10-year interval of your life as a big mark? Well, it turns out a lot of companies do, and Atlus is no exception. The Persona series turned 25 this year, or last year? The point is, Atlus really tried to puff up the Persona 25th anniversary. And what do we get? Well, this. Yeah, it's not much. So before we hop into opinions and everything about this event, I want to recap the whole shebang. If you're unaware, Atlus had been promoting Persona 25th Anniversary as a kind of big event. They started off by saying there were 7 projects in the works and that they'll be announced as the year goes by. These were the main attractions for most people. I mean, surely if they're propping this up, they'd announce at least one brand new game, right? Well, starting in September of last year, Japan kind of got a big laundry list of assorted things that were related to Persona. These included the Persona anime and movies coming to streaming services, as well as some sales on the series titles. There was also a mini concert announced as well. The final thing was a little note that basically said check back in December. So December rolls around, and at the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley announces Persona 4 Arena Ultimax for PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Awesome. I mean, Persona 4 Golden is available on all these systems, right? Oh, right. It's not. Weird, but take it or leave it, I guess. February rolls around, and here's Teddy to deliver, exclusively to Japan, a Persona festival in May. Which is okay, I guess. I mean, for anyone who can actually go, that's pretty cool. So here comes April with the big announcement everyone's been waiting for. Persona Super Live is coming back this year, and it'll take place in October. This is the place where new titles for Atlus games are always announced, so everyone's happy. We're all anticipating the announcement of a brand new Persona title, or a spin-off title. Time passes and we hit June, and at Microsoft's E3 conference, Phil Spencer announces that we're getting Personas 3 through 5 on all modern platforms, and Nintendo followed up a few weeks later to show that they are also coming to the Nintendo Switch. Fashionably late, I guess. Anyways, everyone's thrilled, and the hype of finally getting to play these mainline titles for a lot of new fans and potential fans is a pretty big deal. The anticipation for a new title at Persona Super Live was also kind of gearing up in the hype. So when the August announcement rolled around that it was the VAs for P4 and P5's protagonists having a talk show, it's kind of swept under the radar and no one really talks about it. Then September comes knocking on the door, and guess what? Atlus says no new games at Persona Super Live 2022. And that's kind of just a big kick in the gut. So now a lot of people are pretty upset, and they're calling the anniversary a bust. People who were told to expect a game at the concert are upset, people expecting a game at the concert are upset, and there it goes, all the hype has gone out the window. So the Persona 25th anniversary ends on, as far as I know, a pretty well executed concert. But for fans who are waiting for a brand new game, they're kind of left hanging.
This sucks!
I think this is an easy yes, but also a hard no. There's not much new for older Persona fans, but there is a lot to love for newer and potential fans. With more and more people being able to get into these games, I think for them, it winds up being a great anniversary. But for a lot of us, this is kind of rough. I've stressed several times about how long it's been since we've had a new Persona title, and especially a new mainline title. It's not like we've been starving for content, but I would be lying if I didn't say that this celebration had me a bit hopeful. But while it sucks, I'm still not really that mad. I think part of the reason for this is because Atlus being transparent 2 weeks before the concert really did help a bit. Transparency goes a long way, even if I was annoyed at first, and you might be able to tell from that week's video. Another reason is that I'm tired of games getting announced years before they're ready. Every single big company out there keeps announcing games that are 1, 2, or 3 years out, and it's tiring and kind of annoying. I don't think I need to know. If the game you announce is 3 years out or doesn't even have a release date, then I'm not gonna think about it for the next few years anyways. I think a 9-month cycle really does the trick of hitting the sweet spot of keeping me hyped during the advertisement cycle between the announcement and release. So if Persona 6 or Persona 5 spin-off number 87 aren't nearly ready yet, I see no reason to announce them. For those of you who have been around with Persona for a long time, I know you didn't forget Persona 5 coming out in winter of 2014. You all played it then, right? Definitely not later, right? Let's not do that again. So now, using my 0 years of experience of event planning and my intense deep knowledge of how companies work, let me tell you what I think Atlus should have done. Don't tease anything at all. I don't know if plans changed or if development got rocky, but maybe there was originally a game to announce at Persona Super Live. But I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Just tweet out some anniversary thing and leave it. Never try to make a big event out of something small. I know Atlus isn't used to having the whole world watching, especially for Persona, but one of the very important things that a lot of companies have caught on to is that you need to avoid raising expectations when there isn't too much to expect.
You are setting these very unrealistic expectations for the fans. What if they're not surprised by anything?
There's also the issue of how quickly information spreads. 7 projects were only ever confirmed in Japan. That Japanese website specifically had 7. The worldwide website was a lot more ambiguous about the number of announcements, which likely hinted to the fact that there were going to be less announcements for outside of Japan. And if you wanted to even tease something, then I think it's better to just make it a bit obvious. Ports are ultimately fine, but it felt like there was no effort put in to control the expectations of fans until the last minute. And I think something to keep in mind going forward is just to be careful what you expect of Atlus. Persona 5 really is kind of their first time being on the mainstream radar. I've noticed they tend to operate very differently compared to many other companies that are on that page. They do things like make announcements of announcements and hype up every single thing they do. And I think they're just genuinely excited. And that's fine, but as a consumer, it's really better to just not expect them to do anything. And that's kind of sad, but it's how I feel. Additionally, there were articles that came out stating that they wanted to wait until the right time to announce any new games. Like I mentioned before, Persona 5 had a lot of rocky delays, and SMT5 also got announced nearly 4 years before it even came out. I think Atlus is stepping back a little bit and trying to control how quickly they announce games before they're ready. I think the fact of the matter is, that Atlus is a little bit worried about announcing games too early. They want to show a game when it's pretty much ready for them to show. They don't want to show it beforehand or just tease you a little bit and not show anything for years. I've seen a lot of opinions ranging from negative to not really positive, but more neutral. Let me know how you feel about the Persona 25th anniversary down in the comments below, and if you agree or disagree with Atlus waiting to announce a game for the time to be right. And if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Atlus, Persona, and JRPG related content. It's been a lot of fun doing these constant Persona videos. I'm not sure what exactly I plan to do next, but I hope you'll continue to support me nonetheless, or as long as the content interests you. And I really appreciate you guys keeping the discussions going down in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.